Michelle loses it in humiliating tantrum after getting caught in Melania's shadow for a last time. Michelle Obama has been out of sight for a few weeks as racist riots erupt in several cities across the United States. As someone who loves the limelight, it seems strange that she's been nowhere to be found. However, she recently emerged again ready to reclaim the spotlight from her successor in the White House. Michelle humiliated herself in the attempt to publicly take down President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania, and then it got worse when her racist tantrum emerged. Former First Lady Michelle has struggled to find herself since leaving the White House, where her need for attention and praise was constantly fed. She used her position there to build Hollywood friendships which have paid off since becoming a civilian again, especially recently when she was given a cameo role on the revival of the sitcom Will and Grace. The show was originally popular in the 90s and early 2000s for being the first comedic sitcom to feature an openly gay character and focus on his lifestyle as such. That's a common theme in most shows and movies today. However, the show is re-emerging again to capitalize on the divisive political climate which the liberal actors from this sitcom are very outspoken about in their personal lives. There would be no other reason to have the former First Lady on the show, who is a political figure, than to contribute to the hateful statements about the current president and his wife who replaced her. One of the lead actresses, Deborah Messing, has done nothing but spread lies about President Trump in her spare time, and now is given a televised platform for it. Although the announcement of the new show explains that Michelle is up for anything as long as it doesn't cross the line too much, according to In Touch magazine, we know that's not true. According to the statement, the episode will focus on the left-wing politics of today, but that Michelle Obama will not be taking any personal jabs at President Donald Trump. The writers will leave it to the rest of the cast, Daily Wire reported. It's no secret that Michelle has been obsessed with outdoing Melania since the day the Trumps moved into the White House, since she can't stand the couple and that they took her coveted role in America. In the last 7 months, the Obamas pop up wherever the Trumps happen to be, and like a catty teenage girl, Michelle will surely use the show to take subtle jabs at the presidential pair, as to reclaim the public attention she once had. She would have no other place on the show other than for this role. The writers and producers knew what they were doing when they cast her for the cameo. It wasn't to talk about her travels or failed lunch program. While the show has yet to debut, another clip of Michelle recently emerged with some rather unfortunate timing. Just as the country devolved into racist chaos wrongfully blamed on President Trump's alleged divisiveness, the real racist came out in Michelle. Proving how she really feels about white people, a clip from a past interview emerged of her humiliating herself in a race-driven tantrum. Even though the producers for the new Will and Grace want to make it seem that Michelle's just on the show for her fun personality, there's no hiding that she's really just obnoxious, arrogant, and race-baiting, as this clip from the past proves. In the interview filmed at the time that Barack Obama was running against Hillary Clinton for the Democratic presidential nomination, Michelle whined about how impressed she is. This is a theme that she carried throughout both of her husband's terms, and after, including recently at a speech for women in Denver, Colorado. It's hard to take her victim card seriously when she's lived a privileged life even before being the First Lady for 2 years. If she was really all that oppressed, she wouldn't have lived in the White House. More importantly, she's so caught up in her own rhetoric that she didn't even realize that she was demeaning people within her own race by claiming that Black Americans have an inferiority complex. Michelle can't hide her agenda and certainly won't do so on a sitcom aimed at drawing attention to it. She's followed behind Melania for months to try to reclaim the role and micromanage what she does behind the scenes. Now she'll do so on this show with subliminal messages about how she's better than her successor for overcoming oppression as the first black woman in the White House and play her worn-out race card for the final time.